RCT Geek. Faith, fandom, fun. What would happen if you took the characteristics of any given apostle of Jesus Christ and tried to match it up with one of the doctors from BBC's Doctor Who? Well, let's find out, shall we? Please keep in mind that this is simply our interpretation. If you think something different, please leave a comment. Before going any further, here's the obligatory request to subscribe and click the bell icon. The Apostle Peter matches up with the first Doctor because Peter was the main apostle, and upon that rock, the church was founded. Upon William Hartnell's incarnation of the Doctor, the show was founded. Bartholomew Nathaniel was referred to by Christ as a true Israelite with no duplicity in him. Bartholomew or Nathaniel was an honest and true disciple, so we're going to say he is best represented by the calm, cheery, celery-wearing fifth Doctor portrayed by Peter Davison. Philip in the Gospels convinced his skeptical brother Nathaniel that the Messiah is here, which we suppose is comparable to Patrick Troughton's second Doctor convincing the skeptical audience that the show can go on without the original leading man. Also, Philip, while a true believer, still had moments where his somewhat limited and earthly ways of thinking comes across as kinda comical in hindsight, since we know how the story goes. For example, take a look at John 6, 5-7 with the feeding of the 5,000. Philip's response to Christ seems rather amusing when we take it all in. This more unintentionally funny aspect of the apostle can be reflected in the second Doctor's goofy behavior. He was not specifically intending to make people laugh, but rather to let people underestimate him. Simon pairs up with the sixth Doctor. Simon was known as a zealot, or a fanatic Jewish nationalist, so this is comparable to the sixth Doctor, who was brought to life by Colin Baker as an arrogant and often mean figure, who was zealous for his crazy multicolored suit that you should never wear to Sunday Mass. Not that anyone here at RCT Geek has ever done that. Jude Thaddeus. We are comparing to 10, 11, and 13. The fez-wearing doctors, basically. This apostle's surname traditionally is Lebbeus, which means heart or courage. We feel that 10, 11, and 13 reflect this very well. Going into more specifics, Jude's mother Mary is traditionally considered a cousin of the Virgin Mary, so this apostle has a family connection to Christ. David Tennant is the son-in-law of Peter Davison. Jude is called the Saint of Impossible Causes. Matt Smith's 11th Doctor had plenty of dealings with the impossible during his tenure in the TARDIS, such as the Impossible Astronaut and Clara, the Impossible Girl. We can't speak for anyone else, but we got a lot of 11 vibes watching Jodie Whittaker traveling through time and space. Additionally, we imagine the following clip is a humorous version of the kind of response St. Jude would give to someone asking for his intercession for the very first time.
When people need help, I never refuse. Right, this is gonna be fun.
For Judas, we look no further than John Hurt's War Doctor. Judas was the apostle that betrayed Christ. Before we saw the ending of the 50th anniversary special, the War Doctor was viewed by his other incarnations as in essence having betrayed the idea of being the Doctor. As 11 puts it,
My name, my real name. That is not the point. The name I chose is the Doctor. The name you choose, it's like a promise you make. He's the one who broke the promise.
James the Lesser matches up with the 8th Doctor. We probably know the least in terms of historical facts or even legends about the life and personality of this apostle. However, only knowing his name and a few mentions in scripture are more than enough to convince us that this man was holy and worthy of being one of the 12. Paul McGann's on-screen run as the Doctor goes as far as one American made-for-TV movie and the short The Night of the Doctor. While never really given time to shine, 8 was the Doctor. James the Greater had a strong and upfront character, as demonstrated by his nickname, Son of Thunder. And yet, he was a kindly and holy man. All that considered, we're matching up James the Greater with John Pertwee's action-oriented, stern yet grandfatherly third Doctor. Interesting side note, the Greater could also be interpreted as the Taller. John Pertwee had a nickname, the Tall Light Bulb. The Apostle Matthew can be likened to Peter Capaldi's 12th Doctor. They each went through notable changes in their personality. Matthew, at first, was a greedy, uncaring tax collector, who wasn't exactly viewed favorably by the Jewish community. 12 started out as a stern figure who didn't seem to have that automatic talent for really connecting with his companions and other humans as compared to his 2 previous incarnations. So he was a bit of an outsider as well. Matthew became a holy and loyal follower of Christ, and of course, the author of the first book of the Gospel. 12, while still stern at times, grew into much more of a thoughtful and approachable individual, with an increase in the eccentricity. Thomas, the 7th Doctor. These two carry an unfortunate legacy. Thomas has been forever branded as Doubting Thomas, while Sylvester McCoy's time on the show will always be remembered as the time when Doctor Who got taken off the air. Although, it is unlikely that Thomas ever did something like this. Andrew compares to the 9th Doctor. Don't skip 9. Don't you dare skip 9. Anyway, St. Andrew was the first apostle and first called people to Christ. Christopher Eccleston's fantastic portrayal of the guilt-ridden yet lovable Ninth Doctor was the first Doctor of modern Who. His tenure first called modern audiences to watch the show. John is the fourth Doctor. John could be referred to as the longest-running apostle because he is the only apostle to have died a natural death. Tom Baker's instantly recognizable fourth Doctor is the longest-running Doctor. John was believed to be the beloved disciple in the Gospels, which is comparable to the fourth Doctor being called the best and most loved Doctor and being a pop culture icon. There you have it. What do you think? Agree? Disagree? Comment below. And here's the obligatory request to like, share, watch some more videos, and subscribe. May the Lord be with you.